Hi, I'm Kathy Roseborough, and I would like to introduce to you today the answers or a brief synopsis to the greatest questions that students and many ask is, why do we need to heal? Now, try to imagine that your beautiful soul's light, your true intelligence and emanating divinity projects itself into this world. And throughout our lives, we have accumulated oftentimes and experienced fragments of ourselves or rejected parts of ourselves because we've gone through traumas and situations where the environment or the family situations or relationships or the businesses or what have you have experienced these less than favorable conditions, disharmonious to the natural flow of life. And these become trapped like little fragments within ourselves. Now, we can ignore them and push them down and just truck on through, or we can, what we're doing in this lifetime, and certainly under this particular age of mankind's consciousness, we are awakening to recognize and know that there's something out of order. Healing and reflection and examination of oneself is very important because we look into those buried, suppressed aspects of ourselves and fragments of ourselves that are causing limitations, that are causing sicknesses and false starts and blocked paths ahead. And we wonder why, when our mental abilities are strong or we have a great determination, a strong will. And so does the soul. So it's not a punishment. It is not at all that way. The soul is an emanation of your divinity or your universal essence. And so it is counseling and guiding and inspiring you in your dream state, your meditative state, always pushing and encouraging and loving you to go forward in your greatest light, your greatest capabilities. And so when you introduce healing, self-healing and energy healing and self-examination and reflection into your life, what you're doing is you're saying, I can be responsible for all that has happened before, and I can be responsible in the sense that I can understand that it does exist, not suppress those things, learn about them, understand them, resolve them, and move forward with a greater strength and inner awareness of self and of your inner empowerment of self. And so healing is something that none of us can ignore. The fragments don't just go away. Sure, we can hide them. Sure, we can pretend and blanket them. But why? Why would we do that? Because part of the evolution and growing here on this planet in this lifetime is to face those obstacles and challenge. We get greater realizations, and we realize that they don't need to hold us back. We have a great deal of power and a great deal of spiritual essence and intelligence inside of us and love. And so we can correct those things. We can overcome and transform and reintegrate the fragments, turn them around, turn them from shadows to light, turn them from fragments to wholeness. And so we go forward. Does it have to be a slow, painful process? No, it does not. Does it take some effort, and does it take you stepping up to look at these things? Yes. Can it be done quickly? People wonder, well, why can't it just go away? Why can't I just send some healing to it? Yes, but yes, meaning their acceleration absolutely can occur. You must know what you're healing, though. In other words, one must have an understanding of what has occurred or what you're experiencing, understand it. That enlightenment that is so commonly spoken of, that enlightenment is that, oh, I get it. That's the enlightenment part. And then with your applied application of a new process, a new way of doing things, executing new plans of living, that knowledge then becomes a tremendous stored wisdom. because it's like, oh, I'm wise to that now. I won't be doing that again. And so that's the beauty of life. There are so many things that you can transform at this time in a very accelerated way. So that's in a synopsis. I'm just looking at it in a nutshell. I mean, there's so much more we could talk about, accessing our greatest gifts that are in our that are stored within, and accessing Akashic records in our causal body, all sorts of wonderful things. Let's keep it brief. Let's keep it brief. Let's keep it simple for a step-by-step process. So what would you do if you're entering into a timeline of learning about healing for yourself? Meditation, breathing, self-examination, journaling. And that's what all the courses at the School of Etheric Healing are about. They're about making sure you have that foundation before you go off into some of the more advanced or greater mysteries of life. Because we have to have a good solid foundation and framework. And that's very, very important. And also it unfolds in a much more beautiful and magical way. So I do hope that you would like to hear more and learn more about healing, why you're healing, and how to do healing. And that's something certainly the School of Etheric Healing offers you. Thank you for this time to share with you. Thank you.